Hello everyone, welcome on back to Pallegney. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to get this brought over to Barley. I believe it's the Barley field. We'll have a worker kind of work on this, and I'm going to grab that trailer. I'm going to actually get it sold. After a little bit of thought, I think I'm going to go with the slightly bigger one, and we should be able to, it should be basically a net even financially. So it's kind of a why not more than anything else. So, and we will have what, 3 fields that need to be weeded right now. These 3 over here. Yeah, figured. So we will probably get the class over there, because I'm pretty sure the Veltra is the only one that can do the plowing. I think. Well, it's certainly the only one that can do the planting, so based off of that, it's probably best to have the class do the hoeing over there, so. I did want to check on the leasing dairy. There is 300 liters in there, so I want to get that sold. I don't think we'll rent it again, so this has been switched over to cheese, so it's doing its thing. Doing it the best it can, at least, so. Which more than likely, that won't really be making much after we get our own, because once you see these cycles per month that can do, you're going to be sitting there like, yeah, we have no reason to really have the other one. Is there a diesel station any place nearby? It's a water tower. Yeah, I don't, up here. No place close, okay. I was just curious. If there was one on the way or something, I'd get this filled up with diesel, but guess not. Should still be fine for a little while, at least. I might put, like, soybeans in this field here, too. We're going to have quite a bit of sorghum, from what I'm seeing, so why not? Alright, so I'm going to bring this up there. We'll get it sold and buy the, what, Red Rock trailer, I believe it is. And we have the ability to upgrade that to like 40,000 liters later on. So it's like a 6,000 or 7,000 liter upgrade now, but we have the ability to make it even bigger in the future. And 40,000 liters is towards the top end for the most part for a like a hitch type trailer. Past that, you're gonna have to almost go to a semi. Right. I might fill this up with diesel since I'm here, though, too. Alright, so let's get this repaired and repaint. $29,500 for the trailer. Not too bad, not too bad. And let's take a look-see here. So that one, yeah, 24,000 liters. It's significantly bigger than the one we had, which was this one. Yeah, I think we had this one. We didn't even have the one that could be upgraded more. If we did, I probably would have just did that. Saved a little bit of money. Yeah, for pull behind, it's, I guess this one's a little bit bigger, almost 50,000. I know there are some like 50,000 liter pull behind trailers, but usually it's semi trailers, which I'm not even seeing in here. Oh, semi trailers. Yeah, those are closer to 60,000. Obviously, there's some modded ones in here that kind of screw with how much they're actually worth. We'll not do cover, honestly. Save a little bit of money. We'll do with this one for now. Upgrading it wouldn't be bad in the future, though. this will be a significant upgrade for us for the time being. And it's going to be a much needed one as well in the future. And more than likely, from what I'm seeing, we'll likely be able to get the dairy placed today. But any sort of chickens or anything, that will have to happen probably next month, maybe a month after. Kind of what I'm seeing. That's more so just a money thing. Maybe we'd barely have enough money, but I kind of want to have a little bit, obviously, spending money just in case. You know, if we need to buy seeds or fertilizer or something, I want to make sure we can have enough to buy a couple of bags. And we'll have to allow create fields. Alright. I'm gonna do the corners first. That's the most, you know, precise thing you gotta do. Oh, this one's actually gonna be a little bit of an angle. I did not realize it was that far off. Right, that looks better. It's going to be an oddly shaped field for the rest of the time, really. But it makes sense over having a really tiny field, and this field's right next to it, so it's like, well, why wouldn't I just combine the two and, you know, have one larger field instead of this one staying the same and this one being really tiny? Or it's almost smaller to the point where it's like, is it really even worth it to plant it? Right, off we go. Looks like it'll probably be 3 total strips to get it all combined. Then I'll have to do a little bit of landscaping just to get that kind of squared off of where I want it. After that, I'm not too concerned about necessarily the ground type. Once I actually get the constructions in, I'll kind of fill that in as I go. But I do want a barrier, basically, to keep workers and stuff from trying to go over that. I'll get the, you know, the little bit of a barrier in. The dairy's going to be closer to the actual farm, and then chickens would likely go right in here. So we'll still have a decent amount of room. The actual dairy production is pretty small, the actual building. Of course, it's going the wrong way there. It should turn around, though. The harvester. I'll catch it going back. This is going to be nice, because normally we'd have basically be full after 2 combine loads, but we'll be able to fit a third one in there. I feel like the texture for barley is different now. I don't remember it being so light before. It was more of a yellow before, I think. Now it's like a whitish gray. Yeah, it's more of a gray. Alright, so I'll get that just out of the way. And we'll have to move some milk and stuff over. Alright, so let's get this constructed, I guess. Yeah, that angle, I kind of, yeah, it would be nice if it was a little bit better of an angle, but it's the best I can do, really. All right, so painting. Do we want to do asphalt? What's the? That's like a stone almost. Not cobblestone, but it's something different. And we'll probably just do concrete there. Yeah, I don't think they have much of a reason. It's a fairly good sized field. I kind of wish I didn't screw this part up right there. But I know in some mod maps in 22 you used to be able to make like a plow surface, but you can't do that in here anymore. Unfortunately. I do need to get the production built. Here we go. 55,000. It makes... looks like everything. So... okay. Like I said, it's not that large of a building. The dump is there, and the spawn point is there. Honestly, if we could just, like, place it right here, that wouldn't be too bad. Make sure there's enough area to pick up the pallets and stuff, though. Yeah, we'll do that. And then I'll probably do a little bit more... the asphalt or concrete? That is asphalt. Okay. And honestly, I'm just gonna asphalt this whole back piece down here. I drive back here so much, so... okay, that looks a lot better than kind of expected. So yeah, we still don't obviously have enough to do any sort of larger pens. I do have an L shape. That would have honestly fit almost perfect. If it wasn't for the production, that would have fit almost perfect in there. Wow. So the two things I'm going to have on in here are going to be buffalo mozzarella. You can see the cycles. It's going to basically go through it immediately. And probably cheese. Looked pretty dang good. Is that a base game thing? Is dark chocolate a base game thing? Is chocolate milk a base game thing? I don't think so. We'll activate that too. The mod ones are... no, they changed that. In the past, all the mod stuff would be at the bottom, but they changed that now. Dark chocolate. There are sell points. Maybe it's a Pallegney thing. That might be it. So it'll go through the milk very, very quickly. Which is kind of why I was saying I don't think we'll really have a use for the one that's built into the farm once we have that one going. And if anything, we're going to be wanting to do more cows and water buffalo than anything else, because it's always going to be empty. Well, at least 24,000 liters from this, so that's pretty good. And I might grab the flatbed, and we might head over to that dairy. We can get all the bottled milk loaded up there. Because that'll likely be sold next month from what I'm seeing. That'll be enough to get the chickens. Well, we'll be able to buy the pen. And probably some chickens. Kind of want to get more cows and stuff. Like I was saying, it's almost tempting now with having so much, you know, available space in a production for the milk. Take that really wide. Alright, so there. Got it switched to soybeans. I'm gonna just check in... Okay, yep, got it all shown correctly. Looks pretty dang good. Can't complain. Looks like it won't go past that, obviously, and it actually has it showing that it's completed around. So this is done. Feels like I'm doing a lot of small things today, almost, but... Yeah, I'll have to finish out that little bit of baling to get the combine emptied, and then that's all for harvest for quite a while until these fields are ready, which they're sorghum, so it won't take too terribly long until they are. I think it's like a 4 or 5 month growth time for sorghum, so fairly soon. That'll be the primary thing that we'll use for chicken food, as that's really the only thing we can plant from the planter that chickens eat. Yeah, it's gonna be nice having that space there. Slowly, but we're gonna make the farm even better than it used to be. I need to get the milk transferred over. I wouldn't mind trying to do TMR. We're missing quite a few ingredients to do that, though. Well, two ingredients. We'll get just the milk. And silage is something that'll take a little bit. We can put it in a bunker, but... straw... I don't have any crops that are currently planted that produce straw. Is there even a crop you can plant with a planter that produces straw? I don't think so. Alright, so there. You'll be producing cheese as well as buffalo mozzarella now. I wanted to see. It's about half full. Under half, but I'd really want to do more. They're not cheap, though. Well, how soon are they? Good reproduction. So they're 70%, the water buffalo. They just had some. Literally just had some. So we're probably talking another... It's going to double the water buffalo. So we'd be at 56. Pretty quick. Oh, we'll buy 5 more water buffalo, I'm thinking. And I don't know if I want to buy too many more of these, to be honest. Because they're going to start really reproducing quite quickly. I'm probably just going to get it loaded up, and I'll probably just leave it on the trailer overnight. Like I said, next month looks like it's going to be a good price, but I don't know where. Maybe they get sold at only one place, too, which would make the where pretty easy to tell. Why did they miss some there? It's weird. I guess I can check where they get sold. Bottled, that's the train, which does not work, as far as I know, still. So yeah, it would be here, which is not far from the actual farm, so I'll probably just bring everything back to the farm then. I'm going to get this filled up with diesel, too, since we're heading this way. Alright, so here we are. This single, I'll just put on on the very top. Just to make it a little bit better. I can just take, you know, 2 at a time. And fill up the trailer. Oh, wrong button. And we need to return that too, actually. Return this. Oh, yep, cancel leasing. So let's get this trailer all filled up. I would think by the time we're done, the Valtra might almost be done too. Can we lift up that many? Nah, I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust that. Yeah, I would think the Valtra is almost done by the time we're finished here. I'm not sure how much you had left. I didn't really look. Yeah, it's still working on the up and down, but I think it's 3 total pieces around the headlands. I think it only has 3. It's not too far from probably hitting those. Alright, so we're just about done here. Just very, very carefully. Put that right there. Yeah, that is all of the bottled milk loaded up. Yeah, it's not the best stacking job. It's sticking off the edge a little bit, but it could be worse. It could not be on the trailer. There we go. Now we'll get back. We'll see how the Valtra is doing. Because this obviously is going to have to be going to what, the Kokai Express, I think it is. And that is past the farm. So we're just going to park this at the farm. Sell it next month. Looks like next month should be a good price. Maybe not the best possible price, but looks like a good price. I believe it's September was a good price. So maybe it was October. Which would be kind of unfortunate, but I don't think we have a use for this trailer. Oh. That was pretty close. Right, and this... It did almost get all of it. Almost. I did go all the way back up here, which was kind of surprising. I didn't think it would do that, but it did. So we'll just finish these 2 small bits that were missed. Still another 3,000 liters here, so we got, what, 27,000 liters from this field? Almost 28,000. This is a pretty good harvest. This will keep, you know, chickens and stuff fed for a while, so. Do I want to do sorghum or anything in here? It would likely be a while until we get a full 700 chickens. That's kind of making me think I don't really need to do more sorghum. We could do more soybeans, possibly. Which, in hindsight, soybeans would probably be better over there versus here, because the sorghum's going to yield fairly well, so it's almost be nice if it's right next to the silo. Get everything in here. I'm not sure what I'll do with the 30 chickens that we have currently on the farm. I'll probably just keep them. I mean, they're not eating that much of the food, so it's not a concern or anything for that. I give them a couple 100 liters every 4 or 5 months, so it's not like they're using a ton. Let's take a look-see. So, barley, yep, almost 28,000 liters. Would be $31,000 if we considered selling it, which we won't be, so. Lots of bread this winter time. Yeah, lots of cheese and everything already, which is good to see. Good to see. So, see if there's anything else that we'll have to sell this winter. Obviously, if we get a pallet or something of cheese or buffalo mozzarella, might be best priced winter time, but a lot of money in that bread. And we still have a whole oat field to go in, because I think it's almost empty now. It is out of oats now. And this field's not too far out, though. I'm going to turn on steering assist, and we're going to go ahead and finish this out. So yeah, I'll probably just start a short little time lapse. We'll just get this finished. So I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done. Alright, so we're just about done here. I'm gonna get those two little missed pieces, and then this whole field is planted. Nice little extension, obviously. It makes it probably not a largest field, I wouldn't say. I think the field over there is probably the largest. The combined one. Yeah, by far I think that's probably the largest one. I think next time we'll probably put soybeans in the field that was just the barley field. I think that probably makes the most sense. Is it just not flat enough there? That is not... Well, it's almost in the area where it's... might have issues. Still, I would think that would be flat enough. Same time, that would normally be on the edge of that field. So, okay. I can try to soften it a little bit. See if that helps. Otherwise, going the other direction would probably do it. Yeah, I'll have to go the other way. There'll likely be problem areas for a while then. Yeah, by far probably one of the largest, not the largest field that we have, but should yield a good amount of soybeans come, well, when we harvest, which it'll be ready to harvest in what, like March? No, it'll be like February? Somewhere right in there. So we wouldn't be able to replant it with soybeans and get another harvest before higher price, but is what it is. It's not the end of the world by any means, but anyways, that is about everything for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.